Hi guys, I'm reading a book, You Are The Placebo, and it echoes some things that I heard from the new Psycho-Cybernetics, and I want to see if I can explain this theory and get your thoughts on it. In the book that they say every human has 60,000 to 70,000 thoughts every single day. Now they're saying 90% of these thoughts are the exact same from the day before. And the reason is they describe the brain, the human brain, like a forest. So please imagine that this poor drawing is a bunch of trees from an aerial view. They said when you have a thought, it is like building a bridge from one tree to the next, to the next. And the reason we have so many thoughts throughout the day is because when you are starting where a thought is, it is easier to cross a bridge that's already there than to go and try to create a new bridge going to a new tree and have a different thought. Over a period of time, and this is from the new Psycho-Cybernetics, they say these thoughts wear a path into our brain. And the path of least resistance, where these bridges already exist, is where our thoughts continue to go. So in most of our thoughts that we have, some event in our life created an emotional reaction. And that emotional reaction, as we continue to think about that over and over and over again, that will become a mood. If we dwell on a mood for a long period of time, that becomes a temperament. And someone who stays in a temperament over a very long period, you can say that this becomes a personality trait. So, what happens when we have a traumatic experience when we're young, or we get up in front of a group of people and we speak and it doesn't go well and we're really embarrassed? That thought, that bridge that is built in our minds of how embarrassing this is, public speaking, we dwell on it, becomes a mood, becomes a part of who we are eventually. So if you are trying to change your life, you have some limiting belief that you're trying to rewire your brain, you literally need to change your mind. You need to build bridges on purpose to a different tree, using this metaphor. And once you force this thought into your brain, you've connected all of these bridges. And it won't be as hard to have the same thought, even though you forced the thought into your mind, even though you visualized an experience where you got up on stage, for instance, and had a great reaction from the crowd, and everybody loved your speech. And you start to visualize as much detail as possible this experience going completely differently, going the way that you desire. And the mind is not smart enough to know an emotion that is created based off of a real experience or something that we have created in our mind in a visualization. So with the new pattern, your new thought will cause you to make different choices. Those choices will then lead to different behaviors over a period of time. Those behaviors will then create new experiences. And those new experiences with different outcomes will create a separate set of emotion, which then leads to having new thoughts. So what do you guys think? Is this something that makes sense to you? Do you think the guys in these books are completely full of it? Or do you think there's some reality to visualization, to focusing on the desired outcome, to creating these new pathways in your brain so then you can change your life? Let me know in the comments. Thanks.